All right, you should be watching this video if you've already turned in your 4 recipes and you only have your ingredients listed to the side. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna take those recipes and we're gonna make 3 copies of the exact same sheet of paper. So now you have time to start doing your recipe modifications for the actual final cookbook. So on page 1, you're gonna choose one of these 5 size modifications. If you wanna cut your recipe in by 1/3, by 1/2, if you wanna double it, if you wanna increase it by 1.5, which will just make it a little bit bigger, or if you wanna triple it. For this first sheet, I decided I'm going to double all 4 of my recipes. I'm gonna do the same modification for all 4. If you're gonna double, you're gonna take the original quantity and add it to itself. So like 6 plus 6 is 12. 1/4 plus 1/4, the common denominator doesn't change. 1 plus 1 is 2. It can simplify down to 1/2. Then I'm gonna go and double this one by adding all of the quantities with itself. I'll do the same for that entire 1 piece of paper. And now I'll look at a new piece of paper and decide, well, I'm gonna cut all of these now in half, okay? Now in order to cut it in half, for all 4 of these other options, you're gonna multiply by whatever number is already in the parentheses next to your modification. So if you wanna half your recipe, you're going to multiply everything by 1/2. You're gonna take your original and every single thing will be 1/2. If you're gonna do a whole number times a fraction, you can always put that whole number over 1 to make it look like they're both parts are fractions. Then I'll half this one, I'll half this one, I'll half this one. Now you're only required to do 1 more modification. So let's say you wanna increase it by 1.5. You're gonna use that fraction in the parentheses, 3/2, and you're gonna multiply all of your quantities and get your new totals. You are done with this part of the project when you have 3 sheets of your paper fully filled out with 3 different modifications.